Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. We're going to be looking at what occurred today as we were awaiting a bunch of numbers and data to come out. Not a lot happened on the intraday, inside day. Yesterday, I do believe I was talking about how there's a potential to trade, and I would not be surprised if we traded inside of yesterday's range all day long. And guess what? Pot is still boiling here. Steam is ready to let out. Still trading in a balance on the monthly. Once again, we're going to review it from top down. Monthly, still in balance. Weekly, trading inside of that monthly balance, but we also have a weekly balance that we have set up here. You can see weekly, still in a balance. We're in a 3-week balance. We're still just boiling. Pot's boiling, ready to let out some steam one way or the other, whether it's up to the upside or to the downside. Ready to let some steam out and let this thing pour. Weekly, still in a balance. Daily, still trading inside of that weekly balance, which is also our multi-week balance, our multi-day balance. We're like 11 days in this balance. And then today was an inside day. Let's go ahead and show you this right there. Boom. Today was an inside day, right? So not a lot going on. Inside day, still waiting to see what happens. Market's waiting for more market generated information. Got the 20 that has crossed over the 50. Um, if we do come out of this, out of today's range and yesterday's range with some steam, we should get above the 20-day moving average and our 50-day moving average and potentially test our balance high and get above that. If we do, then you should see this thing start to really kick into gear and push up to the upside, get this upside gap that we have up here. I'm going to extend that out a little bit. Boom. So we have some room. 200-day moving average is sitting inside that gap, so we may revisit that. Also, where that downtrend line is, that's been occurring since last year. Crazy that I'm saying that. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Now, if we do come out of this to the downside, take out today's low, then there isn't anything that's stopping us from getting the previous day's low and then getting down to that balance low and potentially coming out to the downside. You see, I got a daily target down here at 37.5150. And I'll show you what that means on the intraday. So inside day, steam's boiling, or the water's boiling inside the pot here. We're ready to let some steam out. Let's see which way this goes. Coming in Friday, I'll be very surprised if we're still just trading inside this balance. Go ahead and break this thing down into the intraday and determine what occurred on the intraday. Now you can see whole lot of chop, right? We had a number come out in B period. I couldn't tell you. I think it was manufacturing numbers or something of that nature. I don't care. Couldn't care less. I don't trade during that time whenever numbers are coming out. The reason you don't trade during events like this or FOMC, because of how irrational and erratic the movement of the price can be. Algos and weak-handed players tend to move this market pretty large. And that occurred in B period as we had a reversal bar here in B period. So no trades in there. Wanted to wait and see the algos and volume kind of calm down a little bit in order for us to take a trade. I finally began to take trades in E period and in D period on the pushes up. I was shorting. I actually got caught in a short in E period once we popped this move as I was trying to fade the extreme. Shorts were getting panicky and began to push us up. Now, once we got up here at E and F period and just kind of chopped around for a little bit, it was a beautiful opportunity for a short in which I capitalized on. Don't get me wrong, I did take a long in F period once we pulled back against the set of single prints. We had an area right in here that wasn't available to buy against, so I did that, made decent money on it. Um, and then as we came into the minutes, I was very weary of how I wanted to trade this. So in G period, once we took out F's low, I anticipated us to pull back and fill the set of single prints which would have filled at 38.80. So in G period, once we broke that low, I got short, pretty good size. We came in and I took it off for a really good profit. I ended up today really well, especially after the trade here in H period. I did, however, get short in H. I got caught short in H because there was nothing telling me because we began one time frame down. We had single prints that we had filled. Buyers were giving it up, and I wanted to see us kind of pull back down into the open and get to C's high, which was where the previous point of control was. We didn't get that. As we began to come back up into G period, I took the trade off for a loss. Thankfully, it was a small enough size that I could recoup the loss in a long play. Once I got long in H period, we popped up pretty good, and I got out of the trade on the long side. And I was much larger size at that point, and took it off for a really good profit, which I was proud of, considering how I was down, and then I was able to switch around. The one thing I do wish I would have done differently was at one point in time, what I can't remember which trade it was. It was one of these periods. I decided to move my stop loss, which resulted in me taking a much larger loss than what I wanted to. This year, I'm trying to be really trying to hone in on just sticking to that stop loss, letting it kick me out of the market when it needs to happen. And then, as you can see here in J period, emotional times once the Fed minutes came out, as we had a reversal bar, and yeah, nothing to trade really. Could you have taken a short up here against this? Yeah, great opportunity for a short. I can show you right here on the multi time frame, uh, and why I was taking shorts up there. So let me zoom out here. You can see where I have highlighted here is kind of a high volume node back from yesterday, near the highs of the previous day, right? So I highlighted that high volume node area right there and was looking to see if we still could find some supply up there. Now, once we did find some supply and we broke this 9 EMA like we did here in G period, took out F's low right there at 38.88, that's where I decided to get short. Was once we broke that 5-minute 9 EMA, took out F's low, I knew single prints were going to get filled, so we pulled back in. I got out of the trade really good. Uh, and then that's when I was deciding, after I got out of the trade, I decided to re-enter on the short on the way back up. I believe, yep, right here, 82s is where I got short. It popped back above the 9 EMA, or as it was getting ready to pop back above the 9 EMA, I got out of the trade, got long, and then I exited just right before I period. But as you can see, we never got back up to that zone multiple times throughout the day. Even here, where I have it highlighted, you can see on the 30-minute time frame that every time we got up there, buyers were just not getting paid. So what happens? We roll over, market liquidates as inventory was too long, and we readjust. All right. Go back into our 30-minute time frame on our profile and talk about destinations. Let's go ahead and mark our destinations for the day. Today's video is going to be a little bit quicker. Try to make it quick. May seem rush. So there's our low of day. We're going to go ahead and mark that. Low of day right there. Boom. I am going to call K an afternoon pullback low because M was weak against it, poor against it. We never took out K's low in M period. If sellers were serious at that time, they would have taken it out. So we're going to call K an afternoon pullback low. Not a textbook afternoon pullback low, but an area you can look to see if demand is still there and if sellers have enough supply to push through that demand area. We only end up with an 8Y point of control, nothing unique to mark there. Then we're going to mark today's high of day up here in E period at 25, 96.25. High day, boom. Trying to get used to this new keyboard still. Taking me quite some time. All right, boom. So, zoom out here. If tomorrow we open up inside of today's range, uh, would expect us to at some point take out either the high or the low. Now, if we take out today's high, we should easily take that non-wide point of control out. Oh, I should keep that. We never got to it. We should easily, if we get today's high, we should easily go and get the high day from the third, and then get that non-wide point of control, and then test our daily, weekly balance high up here at 39.1875, and then gun for that gap because there'll be some shorts ready to cover. Market doesn't seem too short in my opinion, but we'll see what occurs. Now, if we open up inside and decide to push down, guess what? We'll get this afternoon pullback low, see if there's any demand there. If we have more supply, inventory will adjust lower. We'll take out today's low day, go get this low day from the third at 38.1450. If we get that and we have a good trend day down, we should go and get 38.0450 and then test our balance low. Pretty unique area down here, actually. So that's what we kind of expect tomorrow. Let's see what occurs. Trade the market as is. I think going into the end of the week, I'm going to trade with less size with the MES and just do one lots, take 10, 15, $20 here and there on each trade and just build it up that way because this market's real choppy, waiting for market generated information. See what occurs. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you have a great day.